tell us about one of the greatest dunks in Mavs history?
I was talking trash because Luka was talking about his dunk in Denver before I got here, but I told him he didn't dunk on any shot blocker, so it didn't count the same. Really, it was a transition break. JB found me. They were just kind of in between getting their matchups right, and I just attacked the lane, and Gobert was a little late. Obviously, he's a phenomenal shot blocker, so I was able to kind of get up before him, and that's how it happened.
Their matchups were all over the place. Like that possession was very telling. Have you found that there's been confusion, or have you guys like singled out trying to take advantage of them when they do get in these weird mismatch situations?
Well, I think it's just kind of a product of their defense in general, right? It's not so much like specific guys necessarily. It's more so like, you always want to get Whiteside and Gobert back to the paint. But we don't always play the most traditional lineups with, bigs running to the paint as well. So sometimes you have to have, Bogdanovich or somebody else like picking up Maxey in transition, which means now Gobert has to go find, another matchup, whether it be Dodo or myself in that situation. So it's more so just us being unconventional to their style of play as well.
Did you see him coming from the other side? And did you say, what have I gotten myself into?
When I was going down the lane? Oh, no, I saw him, for sure. Oh, he's the biggest thing on the court. Like, of course I saw him. That's why I went up like that. Like, normally, obviously, you guys see, like, I tend to lay the ball up. Like, it's what I've done most of my career, like, a lot of different quick finishes, whatever. But no, like, when you have a shot blocker down there, like, you got to challenge him.
What is that rank on all the dunks you've had in your career? This is the guy that's 3-time defensive.
No. Just because of who it is, that'd be the best one. In terms of NBA, too. I had a pretty good dunk against Stanford in college that I thought was on Dwight, but it was actually on – I went back and watched it. It was on Josh Houston. Dwight was in the play, but it wasn't really on him.
So you're like 16, 17 months from surgery now. It's like,
yeah.
Is that a representation that you are really feeling back to yourself?
Oh, yeah. I definitely feel a lot better as the time goes on. I mean, that's part of it. First season back always has its growing pains. I mean, I went through this my rookie year in Detroit, and my second year physically, I didn't play much, but my second year physically, I felt a lot better. So, as the time goes on, it's just going to continue to get better for sure.
Do you feel the minutes are at it? Like, can you feel the minutes the heavy minutes you've been playing this series?
Well, I mean, of course, like, playing 40 minutes is definitely different than playing 30, but, overall, being able to kind of ease into this over the course of the full year, I think it would have been hard to play 40 from jump in, September, October, but, getting here now is good for me.
How are you guys able to do this without Luka? Because I think most of the nation probably surprised you up 2-1 right now.
Again, it's the chemistry, accountability, and resolve of this group. They've been doing it all year. To be able to plug into a group like that has been phenomenal. And then also, it's just us trying to break the paint and get good shots for each other. I understand, one of the best playmakers in the league isn't out there, but, we still have the personnel to be able to, attack and get into the paint and cause problems for Utah.
What has Brunson in particular shown you in this series?
He's just a high-level shot maker, man. Like, he's going to get to his spot. He's got a multitude of ball fakes, foot fakes, to be able to just get his shot off in that paint. And, he's presenting a lot of problems for, the Jazz because one of the guys can't keep up the lane.
What did you guys do to settle down Josh Green? Because those first two games, good.
I mean, look, man, it's understandable, right? Like, he's a young guy. He didn't play much last year. This is his first real playoff basketball. And a lot of times, nervousness, guys get ridiculed for it, right? But the only time you are nervous, especially usually without experience, is because you really want to do well. So in a lot of ways, I look at it as a positive. His heart's in the right place. He wants to be good for the team, and that's why he gets nervous. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, as you gain experience, you're going to calm down. You're going to start to make shots, and then especially seeing one go in, it kind of snowballs, especially for a young guy. And, you see his effort plays out there are monumental for us, getting extra rebounds, loose balls, steals, things of that nature. So he's going to continue to be a big help for us.
How deliberate has your approach been this season? The dunk aside that you're really attacking the rim, like you're not taking in a way that Jalen is exploiting that mid-range space, but it seems like you're really going to the rim or trying to go to the rim every time.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all throw different pitches, right? Me, Luka, and JB are all different styles of players, but breaking the paint and being able to get guys shots is like, especially good for our offense. So, I look at it as the deeper I can get into the paint, even if I'm making the pass that leads to the pass and get the hockey assist, it's about starting what they call the blender. And so that's my mentality, is getting the paint as much as possible. And, I'd love to shoot 16 free throws again. That was a lot more fun than shooting like 4 or 5 or something like that. That's not nearly as fun.
on Brunson again. Can you remember your career or watching the NBA before a guy of his size being able to do what he does in the lane and consistently get off shots that way, like some of his footwork? Does that surprise you?
In his style, not really, because he's more like almost like a throwback '90s two guard. He uses his body really well and things like that. Now, if you're just talking about a shorter guy being dominant in the paint, I mean, Conley was really good for Memphis back in the day. You got Tony Parker for the Spurs. You got guys who have done it at a high level for sure. I just think stylistically he's just a little bit different because he wants the contact. He wants to, he just wants the contact, right? He's just kind of a stronger player than those guys. Tony Parker went to floaters and quick layups, things like that. It was more slight build, so it's different.
Considering where y'all are in this series now, up 2-1, is it a good thing that y'all did this without Luka?
I think going forward long term, yeah, because you want the guys to have confidence that, we're a good basketball team without them. But you understand you're not going to be as good as you possibly can be if you don't have, a potential MVP candidate. So, to potentially have them back sometime in the near future, hopefully we can close the series out and start looking ahead to, what we need to do long term.
When most teams play on the road, they want to get at least a split. How do you guys go out against a letdown in game 4 that you already got this?
Well, I think it's because we also lost game 1, right? So if we were up 3-0 right now, then maybe you could say, like, okay, like, we understand game 4 is what it is. Even if you lose, you can go back and close out in game 5. But remember, they say the series starts when somebody wins on the road, right? Well, they opened up the series with that win. So if we lose tomorrow, essentially just tied again. You know what I'm saying? And as good as we feel right now, we'll be right back at a 0-0 type of standstill. So, it's not a time to rest, not a time to, be too happy. We understand what we did well. They also scored a lot of points last game, right? Like we've talked about having about 100 points the first 2 games and how we were proud of that. We definitely missed that mark last game. So, we have things we can improve on.